And have you made any changes to your underwriting process, whether it's criteria or pricing or the like?
Yeah, there was a really choppy market over the summer where people were trying to lend, but nobody really knew where the market was. So you had people trying to do 50 LTV, 60 LTV, 70 LTV loans, 13, 14% interest rates. It was all supply demand. Nobody really knew up from down. As of today, the market's pretty much back to where it was pre-COVID. So guidelines are more or less the same as they were. Depending on where you go, loan to value, loan to cost parameters might be 5 points lower than they were pre-COVID. We were historically as a company a little bit more conservative than the market. So we were never doing the 90% of acquisition, 100% of construction model. We were more like an 80, 85 loan to cost shop. So we're pretty much back to that. And we're actually now seeing some of our competitors go back to the 90 and 100 model. So market is more or less back to where it was pre-COVID.
What about, I'm going to talk to Dan for a second about, you mentioned earlier, Dan, we stopped buying back in March. We just said, let's stop, we'll collect cash for a while. When did we start getting comfortable going back into lending generally and also into real estate?
Lending generally was June, July. We started, particularly in the consumer space. We restarted our small business lending. And more recently, last month or two, we started funding Sharestates loans, particularly draws on loans that we already have. So it's taken a little bit, and we've been watching it closely, in part because we had a number of the loans in our real estate portfolio that were static and waiting resolution. But now that they're back online, the other important point is that we're starting to get a number of principal returns. Projects have been completed, loans have been refinanced, and principals returned to us, which is how it's supposed to work. With that gives us more capital to reinvest, maintain our 40-30-30 allocation within our fund, and that requires us to continue to look for good assets.